Good afternoon, Kelmina Fulcher, which is 1,000 welcoming Gaelic. If you don't understand me today, it's because I'm going to be talking in Italian with an Irish accent. Cherry Airy. So a little bit of an almond finish to it. So to emphasize this flavor, I'm going to use a little bit of orgeat syrup as well. A few drops of Angostura just to spice the drinks up a little bit. Nice Italian touch, of course, abroad. And Bushmill 16. Just a little nuances of all the ingredients, not to touch too much, the Bushmill 16, because I just want to preserve all the beautiful hints of toffee and raisin from the whiskey as well. The technique I'm going to use is going to be called the Troy technique, or Cuban roll, or cocktail escanciado in Spanish. They use this technique to use a cider as well, which is called the sidra escanciada. Became famous by Miguel Boadas when he was working at Floridita in Havana, and then he opened his own bar, Cocteleria Boadas in Barcelona. I'm going to be doing a little twist on the technique, just using a teapot. The reason being is that my cocktail bar is very famous for afternoon tea. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to introduce cocktail during those hours as well. So I need a performance to do right at the table, by the customer's table, make them curious about it. It has to be, of course, related to the tea by using a teapot. And actually it's working, so everybody's asking for it, so that's the fun part. So what I recommend for the judges to have a little sip of the drink first, and then just reduce some of the black cherries in cherry liqueur as well. Maybe have a little cherry, have another sip, and enjoy the drink. I'm going to put just a little bit of an orange zest twisted on it, just for a beautiful nose. And then I think it's great. Called Ring My Bell 10 Times. So it's a bit of a catchy name, a bit of a funny name, just to put on a cocktail list. Everybody gets curious, want to try it. The name comes, of course, for the two main elements, which is going to be Tanqueray 10 and red pepper again. And for the fact that every time I used to go to my back bar and call the ingredient for this drink, a new customer would arrive at the bar and actually ring a bell for service. Very tiny, huh? Okay, so we'll start with this. So we're going to put a little bit of the peach. It's going to be muddled. It doesn't give you actually a big flavor, the peach itself, but it's going to give you a little bit of the body and thickness to the drink. Then of course we have a beautiful orange. It fits really well with the Tanqueray 10, with the citrusy and the freshness of the spirit. So it's a very Italian style. It looks like a salad, but it's going to be really nice. Red bell pepper. Here. There. Beautiful salad. More there. And remember 10 times. So I'm going to be starting with a great martini cocktail, which is one of the greatest old classic, the one that actually survived best the test of time. what I always say to my guests, there's not a perfect way to make a martini, I think. I think there is a perfect way to fill a martini. It's not only the cocktail itself, it's what's all around it. So the mood the customer is in, the price he's paying for the drink, the company, the atmosphere, the bartender who's making the drink itself. So the whole packet, I would say. Which is really nice and dry with a rich juniper taste to it. Little bit of the sweetness coming from the angelica, just a little bit. Nice dryness from the coriander from Russia. And of course juniper berries, which give the drink its distinct flavor. The Italian bartender Martini Arma di Taggia, Knickerbocker Hotel, and the city of Martinez in North California. And that's your martini experience. Instead of a Boston shaker, you can drop down the temperature much quicker. The ice doesn't have the time to break down too much. And you get more tiny bubbles, really nice for your palate as well. The drink is nice and smooth. And I'm going to start making this. I like to make mine with 40 ml of Tucker. Maraschino liqueur, beautiful liqueur from Marasca cherries from the Dalmatian region. They are crushed with all the pit, so a little bit of an almond flavor again.
Now there's an awful lot of debate about the proportions for this drink as well. The amount of maraschino.
There is.
How do you feel? Some people just a dash of maraschino, you obviously a slightly more generous measure. What do you think the maraschino brings to it?
A little bit of nuttiness, I would think. And I use Luxardo, it's an Italian brand, and I just love it. So, just something like 7 minutes of creme de violette.
Do a lot of your cocktails have your Italian inspiration?
Yes.
And what era is this drink from?
1916. The name deviation comes from the drinkstone, comes from the sky blue color, it comes from the creme de violette. Creme de violette is essentially a liqueur made by macerating violets into what is called a wine brand, which is a kind of grape spirit, like brandy, and is then some sugar cane is used for, cane sugar is used for sweetness as well.